Natanz is an attack on nuclear facilities, the final step toward catastrophe. Imagine for a moment the stillness of night above a buried complex deep beneath the earth. Machines humming in steady rhythm, spinning with such precision that each rotation holds the potential to alter the course of history. In that hidden space, a single command, a single strike, could place not just one nation but all of humanity at risk. This is not cinematic fiction. It is the stark reality that emerges when conflict advances beyond borders and rhetoric, reaching the guarded doors of nuclear facilities. When hostilities escalate to the point of targeting enrichment centers, the issue ceases to be political maneuvering. It becomes a question of human survival. Reports dated March 21, 2026 reignited this anxiety. News surfaced that Iran's key nuclear site at Natanz had been targeted. Yet more important than the date or the strike itself is what lies beneath the surface of that event. Natanz is not an ordinary building. It is an underground network of extraordinary complexity, housing centrifuges that spin at astonishing speeds, separating uranium isotopes and enriching material to levels suitable for nuclear fuel, and potentially beyond. It is often described as the heart of Iran's nuclear program, because like a heart, it pulses continuously, sustaining the entire system. In simple scientific terms, uranium enrichment is the process of isolating isotopes found in natural uranium. Most of it is uranium-238 while uranium-235, the isotope essential for sustaining a nuclear chain reaction, exists in much smaller quantities. Centrifuges rotate so rapidly that even the slightest difference in atomic mass becomes significant, allowing separation at a microscopic scale. It is an intricate, highly technical process, but when science becomes entangled with geopolitical tension, the debate shifts from engineering to trust, and from research to fear. Natanz carries symbolic weight as well. Beyond its technical function, it represents sovereignty and scientific advancement in the eyes of Iran. When its existence became public in 2002, global scrutiny intensified. Western nations expressed concern that enrichment levels, if expanded, could move from civilian energy purposes toward weapons capability. For Iran, the issue was framed as national dignity and strategic autonomy. This tension fueled years of sanctions, negotiations, covert disruptions, and diplomatic strain. There have been previous incidents, sabotage, power disruptions, cyber intrusions, each aimed at slowing the program's momentum. Yet a central question persists: can a single strike truly dismantle an entire nuclear infrastructure? Modern nuclear programs are rarely centralized in one location. They are distributed, layered, often fortified underground, designed with redundancy in mind. Damage to one facility may delay operations, but rarely eliminates capability altogether. This is why many military analysts argue that completely neutralizing such a program is extraordinarily difficult, costly, and uncertain. The greater danger, however, lies not only in physical destruction, but in the psychological and strategic escalation that may follow. When a nation's most sensitive facilities are attacked, the action is perceived not merely as tactical, but existential. It is interpreted as a direct assault on national security. The aftermath often includes hardened rhetoric, elevated military readiness, missile deployments, and intensified surveillance. Each side begins interpreting the other's actions through the harshest possible lens. In such an atmosphere, miscalculation becomes perilously easy. A technical malfunction, a misunderstood signal, a rushed decision, any of these could trigger consequences far beyond their original intent. Nuclear war is not an impulsive event. It is typically the culmination of deteriorating diplomacy, economic sanctions, limited engagements, and deepening mistrust. Even so, the global community understands that the use of nuclear weapons would be catastrophic beyond precedent. A single detonation devastates not only infrastructure but ecosystems, economies, and future generations. Radiation does not respect borders. Air currents, water systems, and soil contamination would spread consequences far beyond the initial blast zone. Regional destruction could destabilize global food supplies, financial systems, and public health on a massive scale. That is why the true fear surrounding a strike on a site like Natanz is not only the explosion itself, but the chain reaction it may set into motion politically and militarily. If one side believes its survival is threatened, it may adopt a more aggressive defensive posture. If the other believes time is narrowing its strategic options, it may consider further preemptive measures. Escalation can become a cycle in which each step justifies the next, tightening the spiral. At the same time, there is another reality to acknowledge. The presence of nuclear weapons has, paradoxically, restrained direct confrontation between major powers for decades. The principle of deterrence, peace sustained through mutual fear, has shaped global stability. Yet it is a fragile equilibrium, like glass that appears solid until struck. Targeting nuclear facilities introduces cracks into that delicate balance. Amid the scientific analysis and strategic debate, one dimension is often overlooked: the ordinary lives caught in the shadow of these decisions. The farmer tending his land, the child walking to school, the mother planning for her family's future. None of them participate in high-level negotiations, yet all of them bear the consequences. Military decisions are made in secure rooms, but their impact reaches neighborhoods, hospitals, and homes. An attack on nuclear infrastructure challenges not only a state's capabilities, but the emotional security of millions. So is an attack on Natanz the beginning of ultimate catastrophe. It does not have to be, if restraint prevails, if diplomatic channels remain open, if reason tempers reaction. But it could become one if retaliation escalates unchecked, if mistrust hardens into permanent hostility, and if political objectives outweigh the value of human life. Science itself is not the enemy. It can either deepen suspicion or strengthen transparency. Enrichment technology can be monitored, agreements can be reinforced, inspections can be expanded, and dialogue can move beyond symbolism toward genuine engagement. Because when nuclear facilities become targets, it is not only infrastructure at risk, it is humanity's shared future. And if wisdom, empathy, and foresight fail to guide decisions, those quiet machines turning beneath the earth could one day leave above it a silence too vast to comprehend.